Good Sunday morning, everyone. At least in my neck of the woods it is. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever you are. So, I have a pick a card here, and this is kind of by request because so many of you have been asking me about school and grades and will I pass this test and will this happen and will that happen, and especially when you guys get into acronyms and things, my brain gets a little fuzzy, but in a general sense I feel like I can answer your questions. And now this won't be real specific about like scores and things, but it will lead you in the right direction. It will help you understand better what's going to happen. So I'm using the Good Tarot, and underneath the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, and underneath each pile I go into a little detail with some Lenormand. So one has the Fairy Lenormand, one has the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, and one has the Astounding Pixie's Astounding Lenormand, to kind of go into more detail of what these influences are in your life according to school, tests, grades, institutions, colleges, whatever that may be in that range of questions. So, how will I do in school? We have 3 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1 has the green apatite. Pile 2 has the purple amethyst. Pile 3 has this beautiful, I think this is kind of a turquoise color, apatite. I'm sorry, did I say this was apatite? This is aventurine. Ooh, I need some more coffee. So green aventurine, purple amethyst, and blue apatite, or teal apatite, whatever you want to call that color. It's a pretty color. It's my favorite color. Okay, guys. Yeah, I haven't had my full first cup of coffee yet, so my throat's a little gunky. Let's take a deep breath. Blow out your breath. Close your eyes. Now open your eyes and let them drift to the pile that's meant for you. All right, let's begin. Okay, so the first pile we have the green aventurine. I like this color. It's very earthy. Let's see what cards come out for you. So like I said, we have a couple of the Good Tarot and a few Lenormand cards. We're going to set those aside. So let's see what we got. We've got the Ace of Air. So I feel like right away you're going to ace test. You know you're going to do a great job. And you have the Messenger of Water. So let me read to you Colette's description, because she just has a way with words. And then I'll kind of give you my little interpretation on that. So the Ace of Air is destiny and fate, the law of karma, powerful forces of transformation at work, synchronicity, meaningful coincidences, and forces beyond my human control are operating in my life now for the highest good. Things are happening now with great velocity. I can expect quick results that will lead me forward with excellent information. So that's wonderful, you guys. You definitely are acing the test. You're getting into that school you want to. Things are happening quickly. So, whatever your desire is coming to fruition. The Messenger of Water is about romantic attraction, chivalry, admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, a call to fall in love with yourself. I need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and the knowledge that I am a part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I am love, and love flows into me powerfully. So yeah, you guys, just let go and love and trust, because I feel like great things are coming towards you. There's nothing to worry about. So let's look deeper into this. Let's see what the fairy Lenormand. You guys got the fairy Lenormand. So let's see. We got the lily, which is great. The lily also talks about elderly, so that could be a professor or somebody influencing your life. The letter, so maybe an important message of acceptance even. And the anchor, so this is like solid, firm. This not wavering. This is no doubts, you know. So I'll get into more specifically what the description of each one according to Marcus Katz and Tally Goodwin, their description of it. So the lily is purity, you know. It also is sexuality, but it's one or the other. But the pure and simple truth is that this is just, there is nothing going to get in your way. What falls in around this house should be considered in the light of memory in the past. There is a certain honor required in this house. It shows simple truth of the matter as if from a wise old perspective. So I feel like honors are coming to you, and there's going to be help from elderly. So, you know, like a professor or somebody with stature will be able to help you. So, and then this card is the letter, and its keyword is sentiment. The house of the letter is where considered communications must be made. The card in this house must be more considered than not, and those around it should be seen in the light of consideration and sympathy. So that's, I feel like it's a good sign. You're gonna get some kind of honor, some kind of good grade, some kind of accolade, some kind of prestige, and you'll even verbal honors from your superiors, you know, the teachers, the higher ups. The anchor is standstill. So the house of the anchor is where the reading may be held firm or fastened, depending on the question and the context of the interpretation. It will show what is most long-lasting in the situation, such as a man card in the house of the anchor would be meaning the man is going to be around for a long time. So what I'm seeing here is if you're thinking about a certain college or something, you're going to get in it, and it's going to be a long lasting. It'll be, the full 4 years or plus if you're doing master's degree or whatever. So definitely this anchor is saying, yep, this is solidified. There's no more wavering or questioning or wondering. This is for sure. This is certain. Okay, guys? Well, I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Comment below if you have any other ideas for readings. And if you just have a story to tell me about this, what attracted you to this reading. So I'm curious. Please feel free to open up that box right there. The description box is where I put the timestamps, but I also have a bunch of links there. And most importantly, I have a link for the Goddessprovisions box, which I am now an ambassador for Goddessprovisions. That's a great link that you can click and go get your mom for Mother's Day just a $33 goddess box full of goodies, and she'll be so happy. I would be happy. Anyway, but now I'm an ambassador, so I'm going to get them for free. Anyway, you guys, they're a great product, full of goodies, like a lot of gems, crystals, perfumes, teas, chocolates, pillowcases, other kind of unique items, cards, uplifting messages, all kinds of things. So check that out. And hello, my returning subscribers, and hello, anybody coming to visit that hasn't subscribed. Please feel free to check out all my videos, enjoy this channel, and be a subscriber. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. On to the next. Okay, here we have next is the amethyst. This is a really light, pretty amethyst. And we have cards from the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, and you got your assistant Lenormand is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, which I love this one so much. This is my favorite, really. Well, it's hard to say. I have so many favorites, but this one speaks to me so well. So I'm going to put those aside, and then we'll take a look at how they'll help you with this reading. So let's see what we got. So how will you do in school? Okay, so you got the King of Earth. So right away, powerful male presence in your life, teacher, father, somebody who's going to be really helpful here with the situation. And the Hanged Man. So either you or somebody in your life will be looking at things differently, helping you to see things from a different point of view, perspective. This could be the teacher that's just so unusual and cool that you just adore them. They're just amazing. And the King of Earth could be male or female. Just that position is a very powerful position that they're in. So I'm going to read from the book because Colette has just a special way of saying things. So the King of Earth is enterprising philanthropy, ability to attract abundant wealth, magnanimous, conscious manifesting, and a reliable leader. I have to trust and faith in the invisible and know it will manifest in the realm of form the way I need it to. Opportunity can be found anywhere and everywhere because I am competent and committed. I am ready for abundance to manifest now in the world of conditions in a form that is aligned with my highest good. I manifest all that I desire, consciously aware of the need to stay focused and grounded in the everyday work required. That's really great. Yeah, so you're doing some great manifesting. So all through this, instead of being worried about, passing that test or making the grade or getting into that school or whatever it is you're concerned about, don't add a worry to it. Add a confidence, add a surety that this is going to happen. And whether it happens or not, it's still better to have that sure attitude because that's what attracts. So now the Hanged Man says surrender. And see, these kind of go hand in hand. You have to let go of the how. Sacrifice and surrender are necessary at times like this. Nothing in life is free, nor does everything happen according to my timetable. When this card appears, I'm reminded that a delay is in my best interest, that until all the elements are in place, I'm meant to surrender to the greater will for the highest good of all. Time for me to let go of my attachment to how I thought things had to be. I am called to surrender and wait to see how things play out. So this might be saying that there's going to be some kind of delay that might be worrying you. Don't let it worry you. Have faith that this is for the best, for your best. It is in your best interest. So let me take a look. So you had, let me see. You had 4 cards spit out for you. You have the Man, which could be related to the king, the professor. So it is a man in your life. It could be your dad even. Then you have the storks. It could even be an angel, a higher being that's guiding you. And you have the dice. I've never gotten the dice before. Dice is about taking a chance. And the park. And the stork is about like baby's birth of something new. So something new is coming into your life, something exciting, something that you have to take a chance on. And it will play out somewhere in a park, or in a public situation, a public event, some kind of public situation where your manifestation will come to light, will come to fruition. This could easily be like a graduation, somebody, a man, a gentleman, could be the reader, or could be somebody you're interested in. So the man that is seated like that, he's the gentleman, he's the softer one, he's the more proper one. He's an elegant man sitting upon a chair holding a red rose. He appears to be awaiting his companion. In the background, a window lights the scene, which is otherwise unadorned. It speaks of waiting, patience, and a quiet endurance. There is a sensitivity to the scene that communicates the nature of the romance. He looks to the left of the card. So yeah, just like these two cards indicated, timing and waiting. This person's waiting. So if you're a guy watching this, then it just needs a little patience. You need to wait a little bit. If you're a girl, then this still could mean you, but yeah, the querent has to wait. And so next we have the stork. So something is about to come, some kind of budding excitement. So with movements, upgrades, and improvements, I bring spring, the change of seasons. Sometimes my symbol stands for a new family addition or simply a new state of evolution. So yeah, that's exciting. There's some kind of evolution going on here. I can be your move or your next promotion or, your honors or your grades or your acceptance to school or the next new thing that you need. So that's great. The stork is a predictable creature, even though it's fabled to bring change, like with a child. In reality, it returns home like clockwork to the same nest every year. The stork is a very favored creature and looked upon with affection. Its return to the nest in springtime is the reason for the association with birth and delivery. And so, yeah, so definitely something happening this spring that will bring you new life, change, something exciting into your life. So, relate that to whatever your question is about school and stuff. And then the dice here is about I am risk. I'm the gamble you choose to take. I am the uncertain. I'm the leap of faith. I offer promise of future change. Possibly negative cards can make it like mean something not so good, but this is all positive, a very positive change coming towards you. And so yeah, it brings out a happy state. Do you feel lucky? Well, you are. So the dice provide an element of chance and opportunity. So, when you listen to your instincts and opportunities presented to you, take it, because it looks like the springtime is going to be full of positive opportunities. And for you to make that choice, that decision, yes, take that decision, take that choice, take that risk. So, so the dice can punish or reward, but with all this good vibes around it, it's definitely going to look like it's going to be a positive outcome for you. It does have a bit of the playfulness, and so there's going to be sort of this lighthearted thing towards it, which is kind of good, because if you get too serious about your choices, sometimes you just get bogged down about the worrying. So you're going to make a good choice. You're going to be a little bit lighthearted about the decision, but it's going to turn out, because it looks like a great turnout right here with the park, and that's like a public place. You probably will get some kind of prestige in public, some kind of notoriety. When you are going to a party, a concert, a business meeting, I'm sure to show up in your reading. You will find me in a reunion or a retreat, a riot or a picnic, like crowds and public events. So naturally, I'm good with all your networking intents. So this is the great networking card. You're just going to find the right person at the right time in the right place, and everything's going to fall into place. Yeah, it's about getting out and about, sharing, networking, relationships are forged. It could be a place, it could be like your graduation, so it looks like definitely, if this was a love situation, it would be like internet love, where you're just taking a risk and starting new and connecting on the internet kind of thing. But I feel like because it's more school related, there's going to be some situation where you're going to have somebody helping you, some kind of teacher that you're it might take a little time, but when the time comes, you're going to take this risk, and then you're going to have great rewards. And it'll be like public reward, kind of a public acclamation. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. If you like that, thumbs up. If you have any comments, please feel free to comment below. Let me know your story. I'm curious to know if this relates, if this resonates. Hello, all my returning subscribers, and hello to anybody new out there that's visiting. If you visit often and you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I got a lot of videos for you, and I like to have more subscribers. I'm trying to make it to 10,000, so when I get to 10,000, I can give you guys a big party full of free stuff. So, yeah, just check out the description box. That's where the timestamps are, and then other links. So there's links where you can find me on Instagram and Smule, and also the very first link I have there is the link for my Goddessprovisions. I am now an ambassador, so I'm very excited about that. Take a look at that. There's a lot of goodies in that Goddessprovisions box. Things like clear crystal quartz clusters like this, and this beautiful apatite. That's in the last pile. The apatite that's in pile 3, that came from March, and just all kinds of stuff, And each box has just a great, amazing collection of things. You can get chocolates and teas and pillowcases and even cards, inspirational cards, all kinds of stuff. And each month is themed differently. So in May, there's going to be an Egyptian theme, if anybody's interested in that, because I am. My room is sort of Egyptian, so I can't wait to have that. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading. On to the next. Okay, last but not least, we've got pile number 3 with this gorgeous apatite. Apatites are gorgeous. And this is for the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And the cards underneath are Pixies Astounding. So the Pixies Astounding Lenormand will give us a little insight on what these cards have to say. So let's take a look. So you've got the King of Fire. So you also having influence from a teacher, a professor, father, a higher authoritative figure. Could be male or female, but definitely somebody with a lot of passion and somebody with a lot of wisdom is going to be on your side. And then here we have the 5 of Air, which is kind of in regular tarot, it's the struggle card, the fight card. So there might be some kind of struggle going on here, but we'll read these cards and see exactly what Colette has to say about them, because I love the way she writes. The King of Fire is spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. When I am aligned with spirit, I am powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they may aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? That's very good, yeah, because you have, you might be a master. You might just know exactly what you're talking about and feel very sure. I was just thinking about that in the land signs and the earth signs. That bit of stubbornness sometimes can make you not open to other possibilities and could cause some kind of tension in you or some kind of frustration in you. So try to be open. But or maybe you're having some kind of conflict with a teacher that's actually wise and knows what they're talking about, but you don't want to hear them, or something like this, because I feel like there's this kind of a tension going on here. So the Five of Air is saying tension and conflict. Conflict is a good way to see my motives and intentions. I can use this experience to grow into a more authentic version of myself. It's not important to win. It's important to have integrity. Other people have different ways of thinking and may not always be in agreement with me. I open to this opportunity to live and let live. So definitely, yeah. I mean, really, if you run across a superior, somebody who has influence in your life, and you just don't gel with their way of thinking, you have the right not to follow their way of thinking. You can go your own way. You just be at peace with your decisions, but at the same time, don't be so closed off that you don't listen, because maybe they do have something important to say. So that's an interesting kind of dynamic here, you know. Just because they're older doesn't necessarily mean they're wiser. And just because they're a teacher doesn't necessarily mean they know more. But definitely they have the experience and the education that gets them there, right? So remember those things. All right, so the Lenormand has the birds, which is about communication, and the lady. So a lady in your life, either you or somebody in your life, and the clouds. So this, looks like a bit of a fuzzy kind of communication. And the birds is more like a gossipy type of communication, as opposed to, like in the Gilded Lenormand, the birds that are represented by the owls are the elevated kind of communication. So the birds it's a neutral kind of energy. It's therapy, gossip, and communication is the main word here. Conversation, interviews, phone calls, and siblings. So you might be getting a phone call, you might be having an interview. This is first and foremost about card about conversations with other people. Think about how birds get together and chatter and how that happens in our lives. When this card comes up, be prepared for a lot of phone calls, verbal or electronic communication, and long conversations. The tone of the conversation can be determined by the cards around it. So it usually means the other Lenormand cards, but I'm thinking, because we have this Five of Air, it looks like you might be getting into an argument maybe. So try to keep your mind open and not jump straight to the opposing idea, unless you like that. Now, you might be on a debate team or something, and this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. The lady is also neutral. So you got neutral cards, not exactly positive cards, but not negative cards either. So it's good. When it's neutral like this, it's all in your power to turn it, to positive or negative. It's completely up to you. This card is used to represent a female querent in the reading. If the person asking for the reading is male, then this card represents a strong female presence in his life. So like the Gentleman card, this figure is from illustrations by Pamela Coleman Smith, who did the Rider-Waite Tarot. So if you're wondering, why did this look so familiar? It's because the artist also did the Rider-Waite. And, well, the artist that did this took pictures from her artistry to create this Pixie's Astounding Lenormand to present to you. So this lady, so a lot of the Lenormand have two choices in the lady and the man, opposing choices. But in this one, there's only one, and it's the proper lady. And then we have the clouds. So the clouds are a little bit negative, but there's a silver lining, right? There's the dark side of the cloud and the light side of the cloud. It's ambiguity, bad weather, confusion, depression, doubt, setbacks, uncertainty, rain, storms, and troubles. And troubles is the main word for this cloud. One of the it just represents a little bit of difficulty. So there's something that needs to be cleared up, some kind of communication to clear things up before you can move on in your situation at this time. The bright side of the card is the closest to the main card in question. So the bright side is close to the female, to the querent. So it's all up to you, really, to turn this around and use your higher power, you know, your higher spirituality to make it a better situation. Don't despair. Remember, clouds eventually lift and the sunlight returns. While under the clouds, one should not passively sit back and wait, but rather actively look for the storm's end. So yeah, get out there, try to figure out what's going on, try to get to the bottom of it, and don't do drugs. It's funny because Pixie's Lenormand has different categories. It has how this relates to career, to love, characteristics, and so on. And characteristics and qualities is a person who smokes or has tendency to do drugs. Now, if you're female that does this, this can get in the way of grades, you know, of school and stuff. I mean, certain moments it can actually help and elevate and relieve stress and that kind of thing, but other times it can actually get in the way. So remember, that's something that you should probably avoid doing, at least before test taking or before trying to get good grades or going to college. And a lot of places, you know, like for career work and stuff, you can get drug tested. So that might be a problem too. So just stay clear of that if that's an issue. That could just be for a random few of you. I just popped in my head. But definitely the clouds are just mean a little fuzzy, foggy kind of feeling that can clear away with a lot of good communication and open, honest, and be getting in touch with your spirit. Okay, guys? So I know this sounded a little negative, but it really is a positive underlying tone, because really the ball is in your court. The decision's up to you. It's up to you to change things around. So I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that. Please feel free to comment below about your situation. If you need more clarification, or if you need a reading, a private reading about this, about your school situation, you need to get to the bottom of this issue a little bit deeper, please feel free to contact me. My email address is in the description box, and we can go over what is a good reading length and price for you. I do have the price list in the description box and other readings, but I'm slimming down my description box links because at the top of it I have a link to the Goddessprovision box, which I am now an ambassador for. So if you guys are interested in buying a beautiful box of goodies for the goddess in your life, please check that link out. If you press that link, it will give me a commission if you buy anything. So it's only $33 a month. You don't have to buy it every month, and it's a lot of exciting stuff in there. The May box will have some Egyptian type things, so I'm excited and looking forward to that. Go ahead and check out the other links. Come visit me on Smule and visit me on Instagram. And hello, everybody that returned, and hi, anybody new. Please subscribe. My family here is growing. We're getting close to 10,000. When we get to 10,000, I'm going to do some exciting freebie stuff for all of you. So spread the word and share and like, and just, check out the other videos. There's a lot to see. So I hope you like that. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.